So here's my first game. My opponent is 1367. Although the elo is not really accurate, it's the local club elo. It's not FIDE. And he's approximately 60-year-old man. I'm Federico Trane. I am 1400 chess.com, sometime 1300. I'm 1500 as you can see, and but this is just, as I said, local club elo, is nothing official at all. So this is my first game of the tournament against this guy, and tournament works like this. There are 2 games for each match, one with black, one with white. The timing is 30 minutes per player plus 5 seconds bonus increment. And so here's the game. I knew my opponent was gonna play the French, which he did. Was very happy to not have my opening messed up, and I have prepared this funny line with the 2 knights, just e4 and 2 knights. This is something I've learned, I wanna say, in the last 2 months. It's quite a funny line, actually. There are many lines. This sounds good, but it actually just overextend, and it's very tough to defend the pawn after a few moves. This is the most common among people who know the French, because the knight is actually very happy on d7. Might not look like this to the untrained eye, but knight on d7 is great, because then the other knight will go to c6 after c5. He played c5 right away. I was not really expecting that. I was really prepped for knight f6. That's not knight f6. It's not g6, and it's not legal. Nevertheless, he played c5. I did not know what to do, but the correct line is apparently to take and then give a check, because then this pawn is rather isolated and difficult to guard. For example, just go here and I can win the pawn. Rather, if you go here, I can win the pawn. Otherwise, I have queen e2. And so it's a complicated position, but I just forgot my theory. I was supposed to take on d5. I pushed d4, and after knight c6, I'm gonna turn on the evaluation. I hope you like it. I was supposed to go bishop b5, but I didn't like the idea of a6 and taking, because these double pawns are really, in the French, they're not that harmful for the black position. It just gives more open lines for the queen and the rook to work on. And I played the French myself, so I know a couple of ideas in this opening. And I know that these 2 double pawns are not that big of an advantage to make me trade off my good let's go bishop for this knight. So I did not like bishop b5. Computer did not like bishop e2, which is what I chose, because of course I just lose a pawn. I don't know how I could not see this, but I missed that after takes, the queen is actually attacking the d4 pawn. You see, right now the pawn is not hanging, because I'm just gonna take back. I'm gonna have queen takes, and if this, I can take first and then take back on e4. But if he takes in this order, which is what I missed, I'm just down a pawn. I cannot recapture. I have not enough firepower. You see, I'm just losing a pawn here. So my game plan for now on was, okay, I'm down a pawn, but what do I have? I have pieces developed. Let's attack this other pawn, which is kind of weak, and see what happens. I mean, if the computer gives zeros, does not believe the black has an advantage. See right here, I have 3 pieces fully developed, and he's got none. He's got pawns in the center, but he's not really occupying it. In fact, the computer just gives 0.7, although I'm down a pawn, so it's really great activity for me. He went queen c7, which I was not expecting. Was more expecting queen b6, which is a regular move you always play in the French, because it attacks b2, and this queen is just very happy here. I guess he didn't like the pin. That's maybe it. Queen c7 is also the best computer choice, so I did not think this move was good. It was. Okay. You have to guard c5, by the way, because I'm attacking it with a knight and a bishop, and it's only guarded by the bishop, so you have to choose a way to guard this. Either that, but it's way too weak in the diagonal. In fact, I already have check and I'm winning the rook. So either queen c7 or queen b6 were the best move. Queen c7 happened to be the best move, and he played it. I castled. And then I went queen d2 because I was trying to prepare some rook to d1, probably rook a d1, to put a little bit of pressure on this king. Maybe in the very long future, I don't know why the knight would ever go here. Maybe if I trade, he can't castle because after, of course, rook d1, I'm taking the bishop. That was my very long-term idea. I do not know, honestly, when I went to g5. Also, one thing that I should notice is my opponent was very low on the clock. It was like, I've written it down, 70 minutes is what I had, and he had 7. So I had a 10-minute advantage in a 30-minute game. Just kind of huge. Some of the stuff that I written in the during the game was move 6. Where is it? I was just trying to convince myself that this was some counterplay. Yeah, just pretending and I'm doing well. Yeah, for example, here move 8. He had 17 minutes. I had 26. He spent a lot of time on this move, I remember. Whatever. I went knight g5, trying to prepare some kind of attack on the king once he castled, but then just h6. I don't really know what I was aiming for. I just come back and the computer really disliked this little trip that I took. Again, he took me, which I didn't like, maybe because the knight had already made a lot of moves. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the computer did not like 94 by my opponent. It didn't. Probably his knight was more important than mine. But now I've lost forever an attack of the c5 square, so it's going to be more difficult to actually win this pawn back. And I'm still down a pawn, of course. He went for this tactical move. Of course, the point being, if I take with the queen is checkmate here on h2. So I was not going to blunder that. I saw it immediately. He told me after the game he was just going for something tactical because he was so low on the clock. I don't really understand why would you go for something tactical if you are low on the clock. You need time to calculate tactics, right? He went for it, and I defended checkmate with g3. Oh, sorry, there was a little bit of spoiler. He went queen e7 to guard the pawns. Again, position is rather equal, I would say, but maybe I have the... Yeah, now computer is also giving me an advantage. Because his pawns are so weak, and this bishop is hard to move. And my position is really very solid. I have more development, and this bishop is just of a way higher quality than this one. This is just blocked. Too many last square pawns here. So I went here to again disencourage bishop d7 and castles. So we just take a bishop, of course. He went rook b8, of course, to develop the bishop without losing the b7 pawn. And then I went rook f1 because I honestly had no idea what to do. And then he made the final blunder. Again, this position here before the blunder was, I want to say, balanced. It's tough. Yeah. I'm not really sure who's playing for a win or for a draw here. Probably was gonna go some kind of f5 sometime soon to threaten this. I don't know. It was all to play. Yeah, I don't know. Many ideas here. One of them, for example, he can't move the queen because then this will be checkmate. So I don't even know where he would move the queen. That it feels so unnatural to move anywhere that doesn't guard g8 anyway. But whatever. He blundered. I saw that rather fast. I'm happy I did. And of course, just bishop c6, and the king has to go to f8. or he will be checked by the queen on d8, and after you take, you just have to move and you lose the rook. So yeah, that's what happened. He resigned here actually, because then of course I can even play this out. You take, king has to move, and rook h8, and it's over. I am up a full rook for a pawn, and there is no kind of play. This is almost unstoppable when then a bishop too. So yeah, not my proudest win, of course. Some mistakes were done. I blundered the pawn on move. What's that? Move 5 for no reason. Then I fought back for a pawn down position. He spent a lot of time. Really, what helped me was him spending a lot of time. This knight g5 trip was so weird. Nevertheless, I managed to. Yeah. Then again, this tactical idea with bishop g5. Not the best, according to me and the computer. And then of course it's really not that satisfying to win with a one move blunder after a well fought position. But the bad time usage got him, so that's my first game.